Hey everyone, Michael Short here. Come on, let's go outdoors. You know, Alberta's irrigation infrastructure could be put at serious risk should quagga and zebra mussels find their way into our province. And that's why a while ago, Alberta announced that it was forming a special task force to look into this issue. Alberta's agricultural industry depends significantly on its irrigation canals and infrastructure. Zebra and quagga mussels pose a substantial threat to this system, which, if affected, could have serious economic consequences. To address this risk, a task force has been formed to help the province develop management strategies and tools to prevent these invasive species from entering Alberta.
My expectation is that we actually come up with some really good, tangible strategies and recommendations to provide to the minister. And then you're going to have cabinet and the premier's office will all get involved, and they all have to, take it from another level, and really flesh out some really good strategies to make sure that we're going to keep these out. They can cause major economic damage to our province, and all the work we've done and generations of work that's been done in those irrigation districts. We only have a small area in Alberta that have the heat units where we can grow 60 specialty crops. And so, we don't want to lose that, because that irrigated land, it produces so much more, and it's so much more certainty that you can get from irrigated land than from dry crops.
The task force is comprised of some of the leading experts when it comes to invasive species.
Well, we've tried to bring in the brightest minds in Alberta. We've got representation from universities, Dr. Patrick Hannigan. We have representation from, obviously, the ministry. We have representation from irrigation boards. We have representations from just the general populace. We have water users represented there as well. So we've taken some time to make sure that we've got the right people.
This work is urgent, given that those invasive species have continued to migrate out west.
The threat level is high, and that's why we put this task force together. That's why the premier is taking this seriously. That's why the minister is taking it seriously. And that's why our task force is taking it seriously. When Idaho had their infestation, they had to bring in the Army to also help with trying to be able to hit that hard in the Snake River. And so, in Idaho, they've got a lot of irrigation down there as well. They know that if this was to proliferate down there, that would be devastating to their economy. We have a $5 billion agri-food processing and irrigation and specialty crops economy here in Alberta, and it does amazingly well. We feed the world from southern Alberta.
So you might be saying to yourself, well, what's the big deal? A zebra mussel gets in, what harm can it do? Well, listen to these frightening facts.
The real challenge is one female can produce up to 1 million larvae in one breeding season. So that's tremendous. All you need is one, and then you have to work with 1 million. Their larval stage is free floating in the water table, so any water could harbor the larval stage. And once it settles out, they attach to surfaces, and that's when they're getting into the infrastructure and attaching and actually stopping the water from flowing through infrastructure.
Prevention remains the most effective way to keep invasive mussels out of the province. And to that end, new fines have been established. It will now cost watercraft owners $4,200 for bypassing a watercraft inspection station, and a further $600 for not removing a drain plug from your boat. So there's no question the work that this task force is doing is critical. After all, these canal systems, this irrigation system, is the lifeblood to Alberta's agricultural community. Till next time, everyone, I'm Michael Short. Come on, let's go outdoors.